welcome back to the studio. And after that epic match, we say goodbye to the Gerodian team. Somebody said that it ain't over until the fat lady sings, so we're joined here with CCP Dolan to officially
Talk
signify
about your mom.
the...
Oh!
Damn. Snap.
Sorry.
Welcome
Don't do that with
so
my
fast.
Welcome
when you
to
show
the
up.
set. Welcome to the set. We're happy to have you. Let's talk a little bit about the match. We can get the stats up on screen here shortly. This was an amazing match. Probably one of the best matches of the tournament so far.
This was an amazing match. And I think just like we were talking about before the match started with Gerodian, piloting is so important. We didn't highlight a lot of the stuff that was going on during the middle of the match. It was hard to because so much was happening, but the positioning for these kiting ships is so important to how successful they are, and things like diving that Vexor in at the last minute cost them, I think, in this match. But like basically, it could have gone either way. I think the decisions they made about where to put their ships totally decided how this went, and Rep Cartel deserves a ton of credit for doing a really good job in what really looked like a really tough spot to be in, having to burn around and get on top of each cruiser when they can do damage the entire time is not the spot you want to be in.
Yeah, exactly. Do you think that the final Vexor going in there to try and finish off that Brooks Navy issue was a mistake? Do you think he should have just waited and tried to pull it out?
It's so tough to say. I would think so. I mean, I think from start to finish in this match, Gerodian's advantage comes from not needing to be close. I mean, he should be able to do all his damage without taking any because of the sentry drones. He should be able to kite around. And it's hard to say. Getting extra damage and finishing that ship off earlier, saving the Myrmidon, if it would have gone that way, we would have said the opposite. So it's hard to know, but just crazy stuff.
Yeah, definitely a crazy match. And Gerodian putting up a strong showing, not making like the massive amount of mistakes that they did yesterday.
No, generally
definitely doing a really good job here.
Brought a good setup, really played it pretty well in general. I think we could go back and look at exactly how the cruisers handled themselves at the start of the match and see if they could have made it even harder for Rep Cartel to catch up and get tackles. But overall, it looked like they played it pretty well, and just a really close one.
I mean, I have a feeling that this is one of the matches where if you were to play this match 10 times, it would probably go 5-5. It would, or 6-5.
It certainly could go either way.
With the exact same setups, I think the kiting team would eventually learn how to kite.
I kind of think so too. That's kind of how I feel, is that it would trade back and forth a bit maybe to begin with, but at some point the kiting team should figure out how to win this match repeatedly. Like I thought from the start they looked like the favorites, and I agree that if with kind of the match played over and over, they would eventually figure out how to just abuse the range advantage that they have.
So we're actually going to look at the schedule, how it looks for the rest of the day. We have this updated schedule now, so we can see what teams are going to be facing off again today. So about as good as a German ski lesson, fighting for the second time today. A lot of pressure on them and the other teams that are fighting twice today. This time they're going up against Rampage. Then we see Raging Homo Sapiens that earlier beat Asina Thomas' team. Probably have a lot of momentum behind them, taking on semicolon drop table users, or little Bobby Tables as we sometimes call that team. Then
careful with your weeds, bro.
Providence Wizards, who made an impressive showing with a really good setup, taking on Incursion Shining Network. And lastly, before we go into the winners bracket, into the best of threes, we have the Reputation Cartel taking on Dyslexitus Weepy May.
All of them really interesting matches.
Yeah, this is going to be these next 4 matches, or these next 5 matches are going to be extremely.
Particularly Provi Wizards. Provi Wizards versus ISN, also known as the match that nobody expected to occur.
Seriously?
Between either team this late in the tournament.
But we actually have the bands. We're about 3 minutes out for this next match. We have the bands up here for us. About as good as a German ski lesson has banned the Scimitar and the Ishtar, and Rampage banned the Armageddon and the Oniros.
No Dominic's ban.
No Dominic's ban?
Nope.
And both bands, I mean, the Rampage bands look pretty targeted. Branding the Armageddon, of course, German ski lesson bringing a Geddon battleship kind of base team last time.
No Golden ban either.
I think you're right. I mean, Dominic's just seemed like a good choice here.
Have we seen Marauder lights up like cruiser double frigate logistics Marauders team versus Dommies?
Probably.
I kind of wonder how that would do.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see. I feel like the Dommies would be in pretty good shape, actually. It depends. But I don't think we've seen that. We've seen both of those setups on their own, of course.
Yeah,
but I don't think against each other.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can cheat, find out what they've actually brought.
Ha.
You can. So let's not give anything away.
Why not?
Quite yet.
Well, we kind of gave something away when we said that Dominic's isn't banned.
Yes. So, are we seeing Dominic's versus Dominic's?
We are. And,
Wow, what a shocker.
Shocker.
Actually,
Shocker.
not so simple. You're in a way going to get your wish. It's not exactly what you mentioned, but German Ski Lesson bringing a Golem and a Dominic's on the same team, which sounds pretty weird to me.
Has almost no synergy between each
Yeah,
other that I can think of.
So,
They
are
both
they
ha-
bringing? What are they bringing to support that?
So they're Dominic's Golem, and then alongside that...
You're taking away our thunder
sorry.
from the actual match. We'll talk about this when the match occurs.
It's fine. There's no time to talk about it then.
Okay.
It's
All right, you
fine.
can talk about it. All right.
It's a Golem and 2 Dominic's, and then
Yeah.
nothing, basically.
What?
So...
I actually think that might do well.
Yeah, 2 Dominic's is like 1 Dominic's, 1 Golem is a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
Because the Dominic's by itself, like 1 Dominic's by itself can't like alpha another just cruiser off the
Well,
field. But
here
2
we-
Dominic's is on the other hand.
Here we see people miss a Dominic's ban, they miss a Golem ban, and we see both.
That's
Everybody
true.
just brings Dominic's while one
That's the
team
secret.
goes,
If
I
something-
can bring a Golem here as well.
If nobody
Where are-
doesn't ban Golem or Ishtar and Dominic's, just immediately bring them.
Just
That's-
fill up your team with
Yeah.
as many of those chips that are left as possible.
we're actually dealing with a disconnect right now, so
Okay.
there's going
Okay.
to be a couple of minute delay.
We're not disconnected.
No,
No.
Someone else has. We're dealing with that.
I'm actually
member of the
disconnected right
team.
now. I don't even have
But
the
he is
computer in front of
actually
me.
reconnected, and the match is ready.
Okay.
Man,
Man.
that was a quick one.
That guy is the fastest password typer ever.
Yes, he has a 1-letter password.
1, 2, 3, 4. Enter.
So predictions, CSB Rise.
Based on, I'm going to cheat and say based on the setups, I'm going with German Ski Lesson in this match. No, sorry, the other way. Against the Golem.
I'm going to go with the
Non-Golem
Golem
choice.
because you went against it.
Okay,
So I'm going
so-
to go with the Golem with about as good as German Ski Lesson.
All right.
I am going to go and agree with CCP Dolan on this one, which
Go
almost
Rampage.
never happens. So I'm going to go about as good as a German Ski Lesson.